What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to this video. We're gonna try to go over. I don't have my mic in yet, so hopefully this wind doesn't mess with that. It's not super windy right now. It did say it was supposed to get windy, but we'll see. But we're gonna go over some of the thoughts that I have when I throw. This is a video I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get some of my local pro players to do it. Just haven't been able to link up, so I'm gonna do it. We'll probably only do 9 holes on this video and then 9 holes on another video. But it's just some of the things that we think about. So first thing is to warm up when I first get there. A lot of my videos I don't warm up. Like for Whiteford, which is a video I'm trying to shoot really well at, I probably should warm up, but I don't. But there is actually one exercise I'm doing every time I play disc golf, and that is karaoke. It is a foot movement, at least I know it as karaoke from back in school. So what it is, see, I'm not even good at it anymore, but it's getting the idea of being able to twist your hips, getting your hips warmed up. And one thing I do is I try to, when my feet are crossed, this step, I'm trying to bring my foot up and kind of slam it down to give me the idea of my last step of my throw. So I'm going to do that here in a second. I'm going to also warm up putting a little bit. I let some people go in front of me, so I'm going to give them a few holes, plus just try to warm my body up as I really need to. And then we'll get into the course. So give me a few minutes, guys, and we'll be back with you. So hole 1 is a pretty easy shot to start with. It's straight out. For lefties, it's just a basically flip up hyzer. I always throw 2 off of 1. There's something that I'm working on you guys might see in this video, and that is from my last step, I'm trying to have everything go at once. So I don't want this to go, then this to go, or this to go, then this to go. I'm trying to get it fluent. So let's see how I do. So I parked it, but because this is the round that it is, we're gonna throw 2 just to kind of get warmed up. Same idea. So very good drive. Put me right here for birdie. So even though that's a short putt, especially the first putt of the day, I'm still trying to go through my routine. I like to flip my disc a few times. I didn't on that one, but I like to kind of set up a little bit and putt. Even short ones, I'm trying to go through my routine. So, starting with birdie. All right, guys, hole 2. So this shot, at least for lefties, I want to do a flex shot. So I'm throwing a mid-stable evader. I have some that are more stable. I have some that are a little less stable. Kind of do the mid one. You want to kind of get it under the low ceiling. If you go above it, it's okay as well, but we're going to see how close I can get. I can park this if I throw it correctly. I just got to make sure I keep the nose down and keep it low. No, it's hot. Oh, I got through. So surprisingly, I got through a sneaky gap. That's pretty good though. We'll see what we can do from there. So this drive is probably the best drive I've ever had on this hole. I did forget to say that the miss is definitely left. You are going to hit that tree possibly, but you still have a good look in. If you're right over by these trees, it's kind of a hard pitch out. So the miss is definitely left. But I threw it exactly where I want to. So we're going to see if we can clean up, be 2 under after 2. Two under after 2, not a bad start. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, guys, hole 3. So hole 3, you have OB right and you have a road left. The road is hard to hit. So for me personally, I want to throw, this is my flippiest Hades. Probably not going to be able to catch in the camera, but this is my flippiest Hades. I wanted to flip up and ride over because I don't think I have enough to hit the road, but I want to be more on that left side. You do have that tree to contend with when I used to throw forehand lefties, so we're going to see what we can do with this little turnover. That was not as left as I wanted it, but it will give me a look in, and it'll probably give me a little hyzer in with those trees. I wanted to flip it more and just didn't, I released it a little too much hyzer, but it's in a good spot. As long as it doesn't hit that, or as long as it didn't come back enough or skip, which I didn't see, into the parking lot. So I got great distance. I am exactly where I want to be, really. Except for, like I said, a little bit more left. I have a hyzer in and I have a forehand in. I'm going to throw forehand, as forehand upshots feel better to me. Got my little slammer. And we're going to take it kind of outside of that tree and let it kind of come in. If I hit the back tree, that's where it starts to kind of roll down into a hill which hits the road. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a pop. And it also kind of takes away from when you do the backhand, you have those bush or those branches to contend with. So I threw that a little long. I did hit that back tree that I was worried about, but I left it on enough angle where it sat. It didn't roll down. So hopefully we can get 3 on this one and continue the good round. See, pretty perfect. My goal was to come in before that tree, so I did that. Now let's make 3. Got a 3, starting off 2 under. Not mad at that at all at this course. See if we can get any farther down. So this is a hole you really want to birdie. I can reach it with a putter. I throw a mid-range because I ace run it every time. And this is a hole where I'm kind of in between discs. So I have a bouncy, which is a little flippier, and a mind bender. This is a little bit more flippy than this. Because you really just, I go left of that tree, but it's really pick your poison. So I could take this bounty and flex it if I wanted to. It's all about trying to land on the grade of the hill, because especially coming in fast with a mid-range, you hit that hill, it's going to skip a pretty good amount. So it's all just kind of figuring out what works for you. I have not decided yet. I used to throw a buzz and just flip it over. I don't like doing that anymore because it's hard to control. Now I'm trying to find something that'll do it itself. So I'm probably going to throw both of these, but I'm probably going to throw the mind bender as my actual shot. So we'll see how this plays out. So that was a grip lock. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. That was a grip lock. I hit the one tree. That's a good stopper for you. It's not bad, but it's definitely not going to be a birdie, which is what I want on this hole. I'm going to show the second shot and see how we do. So for me personally, this is like worst case scenario. Because if I run it, I can get down on that hill and skip and roll. I'm going to run it, but this is one of the scariest putts from this hole you can have. The farther you get back, it's even scarier if you're actually trying to run it. It's probably best to lay up. I'm not going to. I'm just going to be honest with you. We're going to try it. So, let's see. Okay. I guess we make them today. Wow. There was trying to be a safe run on hyzer, and it was. My other thing was if I'm trying to hit the tree if I miss, and I didn't, so yay. So this hole is really hard for lefties. I forehanded it, backhanded it. I can do it either way. The biggest thing is staying straight. You don't want to go right because there's OB. You don't want to go left because there's trees. Now, a distance driver, I can get there, but it's hard to control. So I generally throw a fairway just to be on the safe side. I might throw both today, but normally the fairway driver is going to be my shot because that's going to be the one I can do every single time. 1 second, guys. And I'm actually going to bump up to the same disc, but a little bit more stability. Flip for me. It's exactly where I wanted it. That's so scary. I do kind of want that line to be a little bit more left, but where I landed was where I normally try to land. As I said, this is prime position. I could run this for birdie. I am going to do like I did last hole where I throw it on hyzer a little bit. The only problem with that is if I miss and I don't give it enough and I don't get it flat enough, it can go OB. So this is kind of a nerve-wracking putt, but the other thing is a forehand, which I could do. But these are kind of the putts I'm working on. Is getting close. We're going to do a little jumper. That was looking good. That's okay. Gave me a nice three putt, or putt for three. Maybe the forehand was the better shot. I don't know. Probably. As I said, there's trees. Forehand definitely was the play, thinking about it. Just to get away from those tree limbs. But left me a nice putt. We'll see if we can make it. Made the putt, no harm, no foul. It's a little longer than I want for par, but it's gonna happen, and you have to be okay with that. So, I'm okay with it, and I made it. So, let's go on next hole. Hole 6, again, kind of same thing. I can definitely throw a distance driver here, but because this is such a tight line, I have to flex it. I'm gonna throw the evader, and I have another disc I'm testing out that I'll probably throw also, so we're going to try this evader first. Oh, no problem. Going to that basket, we're going to try to ace it.
Alright, here we go.
Hit the line. So, almost made it. So yeah, we're going to throw those other two discs just because I'm trying to test them out, but perfect shot, flex shot. Had a bus driver talk to me, which is cool. He's a really cool dude. So yeah, let's go. So shout out to that bus driver. This is the best drive I've ever had on this hole. Just watch it. And that's one thing I love about disc golf, is the community. So let's see if we can take advantage of it though. Nope. Couldn't take advantage of it. Got a hard comeback putt, but we're going to try to make it again. So. Nope. You see, that's where putting is coming into play. This is where what I'm working on putting is coming into play. We'll talk about it on the next tee. So that was a bad bad putting thing, but that's something I'm working on. What you saw there was, as Paul Yulee talks about, as I am part of his Power Disc Golf Academy, is going at the same time. If you watch those 2 putts I missed, my body went and then my hand went, or my hand went and then my body went. I'm trying to get that nice flow where it's all at one time. That said, that sucks. 2 down. That's pretty good for me here. We're gonna go to hole 7 here now and see how I can do. I have almost aces. I have hit the basket before, so we're gonna try it again. This hole's pretty much 300 feet. It is a lefty dream hole. I'm gonna release this on hyzer, let it flip up and let it come back. This is my stable Hades. It would either be this or a Grace, but with the wind not being a factor, this should be the disc I need. So let's try it. All right. All good. I've done that. Oh, actually. So I thought I turned it over a little much, but it ended up, I think it's parked. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but I'm pretty sure I parked that. So, yay. It would have been the Grace, because the Grace would have come back and possibly been the basket, but it's a really good shot. Nope. Another birdie miss. That's okay. We'll make the par. There it is. Alrighty, par. So missed another putt, took a par. I'm okay with that. Still 2 down. It happens. I'm gonna throw a disc I don't throw very often in my bag. It's this really stable evader. This is actually kind of a shot I put this in my bag for. I don't get much distance from it, but I don't have to flip it as I do my felons and things like that. It will stay on this line. So let's see. I think it's a little long, but that is the exact shot I was looking for. And that's why I put that, that's why I have that in my bag. There is a lefty route, or a turnover flex route, but it's really hard to hit with this tree being right there. So I now do the forehand, because it's an easier shot and a more accurate shot. So let's see. See, pretty perfect. Now let's make the putt. Same time, I make the putt. Something I'm working on that I definitely need to work on even more. So we're gonna keep working on it. So almost the exact same hole, or at least same shot, a forehand. The difference is we're gonna go a little more stable, as you kind of want to flip, you want to flex something with this tree there. I can't get as much height as I did on the other shot, so we're gonna throw a getaway. I also, depending on when, we'll throw a felon here, but we're gonna throw the getaway. The problem with that is I might throw it a little far, so I am just trying to hit the hill and stop. Let's see. So backside of the hill, I probably should have gone with a felon, but that is kind of what I'm looking for, where it goes out a little bit and comes back in. For hopefully a birdie look. I think I am on top of the hill. I may be OB long, but we'll see when we get there. So it was a shot, just a little too far. Went a little over the hill. I meant to hit the hill. So we're gonna give, this is one I'm gonna lay up, just because I know the hill behind it. Yep. Too scary to run as there's a hill that drops down and I don't want to hit that. Because then you're taking a 4 and 5. So knowing your course and knowing what your percentage is of making this is good. So pretty much where else in that fairway, I was running that putt, but because it's here and you have this down slope right here, couldn't get myself to run it as I've done it before, and I know what happens if I miss. So on to the back 9. So that's not as left as I wanted, but it's a pretty good shot. And it should leave me an upshot in. I normally want to go over the road lefty, but I just didn't give it enough turnover, or I threw it too right to do that. So that's a pretty good shot. Let's see where we go from there. So guys, this is actually even closer than I thought it was. So we're gonna try to make the putt. Birdie on this hole almost never happens. I don't think I've really ever been this close. This is a lot better than I thought I was. So let's try to capitalize. That close, guys. I thought about jump putting, but I didn't. So I'm not mad at my round right now. Par on this hole is good because I have 5 and 6 this one. So let's see what we do next. A little tap in. Hole 11. Shapes for this evader. I normally don't throw it because there's normally wind here. There's not much wind today, so we're gonna try it. This is the disc generally for this. Normally I'd bump up to a felon and flip it over. I don't think I need to with this disc, so we're gonna see. Oh, I flipped it too much. Actually, not enough. So I just didn't throw it wide enough. That was the shot I wanted. Just not wide enough. Because I am releasing that on hyzer, or trying not to flip it as much as I would a felon. A felon, I really had to kind of turn it over. Same with the getaway. I don't really want that shot, so we'll see where that's at. We're gonna probably throw one more, throw the getaway, just again see which one's the better chance. Like I said, a little bit inside. If I'd put it outside, almost pin high, it'd have been right there. Super close. I'm not going to move the camera. You guys can see the basket. It'll just pop in the basket. Hopefully. Another 3 under. I'm not mad. I think my best here is 4, so 4 or 6. So, and there's some definitely gettable holes coming up. So hopefully we can get a little. We can get even more under par. Let's see. Hole 12, definitely a hole where I'm in between discs. I'm gonna throw the more stable one, and then probably throw the other one that I think is the right disc. But this has been the right disc most of the time, so we're gonna throw the one that I know better. By that tree, that's pretty close. I threw that a little higher than I wanted to, and probably nose up because it raised. But that is the line I want. Let's try this disc and see. So we're gonna do a little step out, I think, or straddle. I'm right by this tree. Yes! I wasn't expecting to make that. But if you see my second one, you might not be able to see my second one, but it's over here. It's about pin high. That was what I was trying to do. I just got to learn to not throw nose up. Hole 13. Realistically, I could throw a mid-range here, but I try to ace run this, so I try to get a little past the basket. We're going to throw a felon because I can flex it. This would probably be a good one for that evader. I just don't trust it with this tree right here. I'm still working on when to use that evader. It is in my bag for a reason, because it does a little something different than this, but let's see. about 100 long. I'm gonna try that evader and see the difference, because that's normally the shot I throw, but I threw it too far. So yeah, about 100 feet long. Shot selection was not there. Definitely the second one was better, but let's see if we can do this. Yeah, guys, my biggest thing is shot selection. I need to work on shot selection. Putting with a driver for the par. Yeah, you guys see, I might be just out of the camera range, but right by that tree is my first shot for my evader. So shot selection is definitely a big thing. I'm still working on, but the evader was definitely the shot. All right, so next hole. That is one I definitely want to get. Probably could have thrown it justice, but didn't. It's getting a little more windy out, so disc selection is going to be very, very crucial for the rest of this round. We go with the Hades, put it on hyzer, let it flip up, let the wind pull it over a little bit. Let's see. Oh, pull over too much. So that's a crush. Pulled it over just a hair too much. Again, wind. Probably should go on my more stable one, but I should have a look in from there. So, and that's my goal on this hole because I can't reach it. Yeah. That's a tight gap. So I didn't talk about my last shot is I was right by a tee box where a card was teeing off. I've never actually been there. So that was a bad flip for me. I did have a line, it was really tough, but put me here. I'm gonna try to make the putt. I wanted to get a little closer, but I just kind of babied it as there is OB long. I'm not gonna worry about the OB on this putt and just try to drain it. Got it. Save the 3. But yeah, disc selection, as I said earlier, was definitely going to be a thing. That drive was not the right disc. Should have thrown something a little more stable. This putt probably should have thrown a little less stable just so that it coasted more, but got the 3, can't be mad. Let's move on. Alright guys, the only hole I've ever raced on this course. Straight through the trees. I'm going to take this little left route. You guys probably won't see it until it comes back. Hopefully it'll be in the basket. One of the hardest tee shots. As there's trees everywhere. So let's see what we can do. Nope, that's down the rail. So hopefully that's not OB. That started to hyzer a lot faster than I thought it would. I just didn't throw it flat enough. So not OB, but down the hill more than I want. I've made this putt before. I'm going to run it. The problem is if I hit low, it's probably going to roll back down to me, but we're going to run it anyway. That was close. Not mad at that. Gonna tap it in. Saved another 3. So a super hard shot. One that again, fairway is what I want to throw. Distance driver could get there, but with it being downhill and everything, really hard to put it where you want to. If you go left, which is normally what I do, my mistake. OB, you go right, there's OB, there's trees. So it's kind of just hit your gap and get down there and probably try to get your 3. I have two'd this before, but not in a very long time. And I don't expect to this time. So let's see. Well, let's see. Yep, OB. Good tree kick. That was going OB. With this wind, this hole is so hard to figure out what to throw, but that was definitely not it. So I got a hyzer shot in. We're gonna throw it and see. The biggest thing is trying to get this to stop on this downhill. So got a tactic. This is actually my newer one. As the pink one might be coming out of my bag here soon with this, but we'll see. Oh, too wide. Nope. Too long, I think, and a little too wide for my liking, but should give me a putt for 3, which is all. When I hit something like that, biggest thing is playing for 3, or for your best score you can get safely. So 3, 4, whatever it is. Right now it's 3. Hopefully I can make that for 3. Let's see. A little long. Almost exactly where I wanted though. So, no bueno for that putt, but I'll get the same time release down here sooner or later. So sad 4 to take, but we can definitely get that on this hole. 230. I've thrown a mid-range and a putter here. I generally throw a putter here. Yeah, I've gotten really close to the basket a few times, even with a putter, so we're going to try to ace this. But more so park it, as I want to get some birdies back after that 4. Oh, too tight. Be good. So I threw it a little inside of my line. Wanted to go a little wider. That's the shot I was looking for, just inside of my line. Should have a 3 from there though. Another hill putt. This actually got it farther than I thought it did. But yeah, like I said, I turned it a little inside. Had I been more in here, I'd have been a lot closer to the basket. So I think we're gonna run this. We're playing pretty well. We're gonna kind of give it a soft run. And I'm pretty sure it stopped, so that's a good run. Should give me the 3. Save the 3. Honestly, being on the left side is probably the miss you want, because down here, very hard. Like I threw a second one way down there. That's going to be a harder putt than that one was. So I don't know. I guess miss is left. I normally am okay with miss right, but looking at where mine landed, yeah. All right, guys. Hole 18. 2 more holes left. So there is a forehand down the road. I used to do. I like this little right towards this tree, throw something really stable towards it, and let it come back. If I get the skip that I want off the hill, I'm gonna park it. But if I don't, I'm not. So we'll see. Oh no. Inside line. And bad kick off a tree, but should be right by the basket. I don't think it rolled into the street, so that's a good story. We're gonna try the Raider though on the same line. So the Raider was a little bit shorter. I moved it up to my bag. I took the wide route on just kind of I want to hit it, and I parked it. But my first one was here, so we're gonna see if we can birdie this. No birdie, but should give us a par right by the basket. Yeah. Nice little par, 118. Last hole. Really wish this disc right here, which you can't see, I would have decided to do that shot. It's right here. Off the drive. Oh well. Let's see if we can birdie this last hole. Normally, I clear out my bag from this last hole. I probably won't this time, but we'll see. Alright, last hole. Good birdie chance. I'm probably going to throw all my Hades on this hole. That's what I normally do. Gonna try to flip it up, get towards that tree by the basket, and hyzer in, and hopefully park it. Let's see. Nope. So that's probably out of bounds. That was more me than anything else. Let's see what the next one does. So I was OB, put it back in bounds. I don't know where exactly went out of bounds. I know I took this line, so I just kind of take it here. What it did was it skipped and it just rolled on this curb. So it almost skipped back in, but it didn't. So, let's see. Nope. Gonna take a 4 for the last hole. That's saddening, but it was a fun round. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I explained things of why I do what I do. This route is actually what I try to take with this disc. Anything stable I take over here if there's wind. Obviously this time I just turned it over a little too much. If there's no wind, I go the straight route, which you guys also saw. So yeah, that's why I keep as many discs in my bag and why I try to play what I play. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I can do this at a different course here soon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned some. Peace.